So this video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do here on this channel because today we're going to react to an article from Yahoo Finance titled "Student Loans Ending the Pandemic Payment Pause is a Defining Moment," Federal Student Aid COO says. I just wanted to try different content styles for my channel here on YouTube, and I hope you actually liked it as well. And I wanted to do this once in a while just so that people can actually see as well what's happening in the world of student loans. But anyway, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Dred and I post personal finance and dividend investing videos and pretty much anything related to money. But right now I am documenting my journey in paying off my student loans. So if you're interested in seeing how everything unfolds or just want to show your support, then please consider subscribing to the channel, liking this video, and also sharing this video. Now with that out of the way, let's get back to the main thing. Alright, so as you can see, the title here is all about student loans and talking about the payment pause and when it ends. So according to this article, the head of the federal government's massive student loan portfolio recently described the pandemic payment pause as an unprecedented challenge, adding that restarting payments for tens of millions of Americans after January 2022 will be a defining moment. Federal Student Aid Chief Operating Officer Richard Cordray made the remarks in a September 16 speech to the Education Finance Council, a national trade association representing nonprofit and state-based higher education finance organizations. The unprecedented challenge of the interest-free payment pause may seem that it would be easy to just stop doing something akin to taking a rest, but that surmise would badly misunderstand the complexities of the financial aid world. This is a defining moment and it is important that we get it right, Cordray said at another point. At a time when so many have been struggling with their health, their employment, their finances, we cannot burden them with poor execution on the return to repayment. And I think this is a very good observation because when the payment pause ends and a lot of people will have to go back to repaying their federal student loans, it's going to be quite a big burden for them financially. And according to a survey that was done back in June, a lot of people are not ready to make payments at all when the payment pause ends. At least 9 to 10 borrowers aren't even ready to make payments until September 2022, or even if September 2022 comes, they're not even sure that they can even make payments back at all. Going back to this article, federal actions amid the pandemic led to roughly $100 billion in total student loan forgiveness between March 2020 and September 2021, according to Education Department data and analysis from experts, providing a financial lifeline to the roughly 45 million student loan borrowers owing more than $1.7 trillion in outstanding federally backed debt. Millions of borrowers have been able to allocate money elsewhere to bolster their financial security amid the coronavirus pandemic, and borrowers who had defaulted on their loans also saw a pause on wage garnishments and other methods the federal government uses to recover funds. FSA has had multiple periods where it had to plan and prepare for return to repayment, only to reverse course often at the last minute, he added, referring to the various extensions that have been enacted from the Trump to the Biden administrations. The dilemma of how to communicate these mixed messages to borrowers has also been severe, with so many false starts to doubt sowing tremendous confusion about what even the immediate future may hold. So kind of going back to this paragraph right over here, the pandemic led to roughly $100 billion in student loan debt forgiveness, and that is actually pretty cool because like if you think about the payment pause, to a lot of people or to some, it would actually be considered as forgiveness already because interest is already baked into your student loans when you're actually repaying them, right? So if you're not paying them, that means those interest accruals are forgiven. So a lot of people would actually consider that as forgiveness already, but then again, you know, these are very small changes or small life-changing things that happen to a lot of borrowers, so a lot of people don't actually feel that way, and that's where we are right now. A lot of people are actually very confused as to what is really happening with this student loan or this cancellation that Biden is actually promising. And yes, the payment pause has been very helpful to a lot of student loan borrowers, even for me, because I've been able to, like it said here in the article, allocate money elsewhere. I was able to at least put some money in my investment accounts. I was able to save some more money as well, and I'm even able to save up for my sinking funds right now. Now, I wouldn't be surprised that this confusion is gonna keep on growing until there is some sort of concrete news or concrete update from the president or from the education department regarding the payment pause or about the cancellation itself. If they were able to give us some updates on whether or not cancellation is really going to happen across the board, then that's actually great news. At least that way, a lot of borrowers will be relieved that there is some sort of concrete plan or at least some statement from the education department or from Biden that, you know, cancellation is going to happen. And I know that the payment pause has its final extension already, and this is the final one. And you know, that's pretty much it. But really, you cannot take away the worry from people once repayment goes back. Now, moving forward right here, Cordray noted that he anticipates a psychological hurdle for borrowers to resume payments after nearly a year of Democrats pushing for debt forgiveness. The old saying is that the wish is father of the thought, he said, and we can expect that many borrowers will not be eager to return to repayment when they have been led to believe or even to hope that that was never going to happen. Getting over that psychological hurdle with millions of Americans may be a much harder job than we know. And that actually makes a lot of sense. A lot of people aren't ready to make any repayments at all. If you've been used to doing something for quite some time, even if it's just a year, it's going to be a very big hurdle for you to actually go back into that thing. If not making any repayments has been a very life-changing event for you, then why the hell would you actually go back to making payments? Well, that is not financially responsible. It's just the emotions that we're having right now. A lot of people just don't want to make any repayments again because making repayments or having debt is just really bad for you, and why would you actually go back to that state? Anyway, going back over here, the Biden administration has focused more on improving the system's machinery. The education department, which FSA is a part of, canceled debt of particular borrowers, including those who have been defrauded by certain for-profit colleges and debtors who are totally and permanently disabled. Almost 7.1 billion erased. And I've done a lot of update videos for those one. You can just check them out right over here so that you can watch them as well. Maybe you qualify for them, maybe your situation is in those things, and it's a good thing that you watch the video as well so that you learn whether or not you actually qualify for student loan forgiveness, whether or not you have been defrauded by your college, and you can apply for borrower's defense, or if you have TPD or total and permanent disability, then you definitely qualify for some sort of forgiveness. So I urge you to watch that video as well. Other reforms to the student loan system are appearing to be underway. During the speech, Cordray addressed how FSA was looking to further wind down the Federal Family Education Loan or FFEL program and introduce more accountability and performance metrics to loan servicers. The stakes are extremely high as we now proceed to change everything once again. For borrowers who may not like what they are hearing from us, may not believe what they are hearing from us, and may not be prepared to cope with what they are hearing from us, Cordray said of what comes next. And there you go, from what I can even hear from Richard Cordray, it is a very confusing time for student loan borrowers and even for the FSA itself. I believe they're going to face a lot of hurdles, especially when the repayment comes back. If you've been following student loan news, there are already 2 loan servicers that actually backed out. The contracts from these 2 servicers are set to expire this December 2021, and they will not be servicing any more federal student loans when 2022 arrives. And I want you guys to take a look at this because I wanted to bring this up. So $1.73 trillion of student debt is outstanding right now here in the US, and that is going to keep growing until God knows when. And what I noticed here is that the crazy thing, even though the pandemic happened, people still go to school, okay? A lot of students still apply for colleges and they need financial aid, and that also comes with the federal student loans. So they're gonna keep taking out these loans no matter what because they want to get educated, they want to graduate. And this is just me, probably some sort of observation, with the payment pause, that just means that a lot of people are actually going to take out student loans because there is no interest. It's literally free money. But then again, that's just me. I haven't really looked at the data. I don't know if people are actually taking out more loans. That's just an observation or kind of like an assumption that I'm actually making. But anyway, I'm actually interested in seeing how all of this will unfold next year when the payment pause ends. I really don't know what's going to happen, whether or not there's going to be some sort of chaos when it comes to repayments, because with my student loan provider right now, it's pretty cut and dry. Like it just says there that okay, this is payment pause, there's no interest accruals, you're gonna be paying back at this date, and that's pretty much it. There's really no news from them. My federal student loan servicer isn't actually telling me anything else. They're not giving me handouts regarding what I should expect when repayment comes back or anything like that. And I think that's something that the FSA and student loan servicers need to look into, because they need to get involved in kind of like coordinating these things so that people would actually be ready when repayment comes. They need to bombard a lot of people that, hey, repayment actually is coming to an end January 2022. Here's what you got to do. Here are some of the recommendations that we can recommend to you, so that when that time comes, you are ready, you're psychologically ready, and you're at least financially ready. I just really think that they need to push out a lot of emails, a lot of content regarding this one, and get involved with all these borrowers so that they are reminded that it's gonna come back. You're gonna have to pay your student loans. And also, aside from reminding them of the payment pause, they should remind borrowers that they should not expect anything regarding the cancellation, because it's still up in the air. Nobody knows anything about it at all. I'm even waiting what's gonna happen with the cancellation. What's the news regarding it? Nothing. September has been a pretty dead month, I would say, regarding student loan news. So there's literally nothing for us to base any assumptions or expectations that cancellation is going to happen. At least that's what I think. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. let me know what you guys think of this content style, if you like it or not. Just let me know in the comments below, and also let me know your thoughts about the end of payment pause this January 2022. If you're a federal student loan borrower, well, I'm guessing you are because you're watching this video. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think it's going to be hard for you to make any repayments again? Because for me, it might be a little bit hard because I need to get accustomed again to actually paying my federal student loans, because it's almost been a year. Oh no, it's almost 2 years now that we are not going to be making any payments. So it'll be a crazy change in habit or change in lifestyle that I'm gonna have to go through as well. And I think you can relate to that one if you're watching this. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have any feedback regarding this. Let me know as well in the comments. And also, if you found value in this video, please consider liking this video, sharing this video, and also subscribing to the channel so that it helps with the YouTube algorithm. We need this video get pushed out so a lot of people would actually be notified or reminded about the payment pause and when it ends. And also, I'm on Instagram at DailyDread. Please add me there as a friend so that we can chat, collaborate, and exchange some ideas. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.